everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this is the second part of my van build series, and it's going pretty well. I'm currently insulating the van, but I kind of started because if you watched the last video, you saw that I have ripped out the entire van, everything that is supposed to get ripped out anyway, and kind of was going to start building. So before I did that, I kind of cleaned out the van, which I don't know if it was necessary because it's a mess in there right now, but I guess I got a bunch of the dirt off and stuff, which was pretty nice. I put up some pieces of wood, at least in the ceiling, because I feel like I don't want to have to drill everything I'm putting in the ceiling or straight into the van. I'm gonna do that for some parts, but for some parts I feel like it'll be easier to have some wood to actually screw into. So I put on I put up 3 pieces of those, and I also measured out, because I'm gonna put in the ceiling vent, so I measured out where the ceiling vent is going to be. Since then, I've basically just been insulating, which is like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I've been doing a lot of research online, but that's about it. So what I'm doing is I'm using 3 different kinds of insulation, which I don't know if you're supposed to mix them, but that's what I figured was the best solution for my van anyway. Because I'm using well, it's 2 kinds of insulation as a base. And first is these kind of styrofoam pieces that are called XPS, I believe. Don't quote me on this, because I do your own research if you're planning to do this, because I have no idea what I'm doing. But it's like these XPS pieces, which is basically the best sort of insulation, because it doesn't retain water at all, which means that it's less likely that it will get moldy or rusty or anything like that. So I was thinking like, okay, that's great, I'm gonna use that. But I came across 2 things, and number one, it's pretty pricey, and I'm trying to follow budget. I don't know, but I'm using it for parts of the van and for the walls at least. But I also found that I'm not gonna use so much insulation. I'm not planning to live in it full time, so I don't need to insulate it enough to be able to live in it during the winter and such. So I'm keeping, I want to keep as much space in the van as possible and not to take up a bunch of space for insulation. So, and all the XPS pieces I could find, I don't know, there might be others available in other areas, but at least where I could find them, they're pretty thick. So for some parts of the van, such as the ceiling, it was impossible to use them unless I like cut them on the side, which would have been a pain, and I was like, okay, it's not worth it. Plus it's the expense. So I decided to use that for like half the van, at least for like some of the walls and stuff. But for like the doors and the ceiling and such, I'm using styrofoam pieces which are called EPS, which I know isn't the best, but it's much more affordable, and it's not as bad as using like different kinds of wool and stuff, which I know a lot of people use. So I know this retains less water than those kind of things, so I still feel like it's an okay option. And if I was to spend a lot of money on it, and if I was going to live in it full time especially, I think I would have gone for like the Armaflex, I think it's called. It's basically like foamy stuff that which have like this sticky side, so you can just like put it on the wall and the ceiling, and it looks so nice. But that's expensive if anything, and yeah, I'm trying to keep it on a budget, and I'm not gonna live in it full time, so I don't want to invest that much in it. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. And also I'm using like the spray foam, and that's basically for two purposes. Number one, there are some places where you can't get like the more styrofoam pieces in, and there are like, yeah, small little creases and such. I'm using it there. And also I find that it's really good because it keeps the EPS and the XPS pieces in place, so I don't have to use as much glue and stuff, because it kind of works as a glue as well. So that has been great. Hello. I just had some food and I'm about to go out and work on the van again. I'm in the middle of working on an installation, which is going all right. I don't think I'm meant to do this. I literally have no idea what I'm doing, but it's fine. Although, like, I think it was yesterday. Was it 2 days ago? No, 2 days ago. I was working on the van. And I had put up some insulation in the ceiling, which is like the trickiest part. Like, I think the walls and the doors and stuff, that's okay, I can deal with that. But I put up some insulation in the ceiling and I was holding it up with this piece of wood. And then my clumsy ass just kind of knocks it over and I got this insulation all over me, which is, I'm using spray foam to kind of have it stick and also to fill out some empty parts so that I don't have to cut this styrofoam kind of insulation. And it kind of fell over me and it gets very sticky. For you guys who worked with like spray insulation before, you know that it's very sticky, so once you get it on you, it's like impossible to get off, and it's like it dries so quickly. So it's like I tried to wash it off right away, but actually I like still have some on me. I don't think you can see it any longer, but it's like you can feel there's like a little bit of it left and I can't get rid of it. And the same, my clothes are like well, they got a bunch on them. I had like some overalls on and those are fine, but my shirt that I had on, it's like covered in insulation still. But I guess it's fine, I can just use it as like work shirt, but I'm clumsy, that's what I'm saying. But it's fine. But I'm gonna go out and work some on the van again and hopefully finish the insulation in the ceiling at least today, and hopefully a bit more than that. So it'll be good.